Well, hey there, my name is Alona and today we're talking about question tags. We're going to talk about how to form, when to use, with what intonation to pronounce, and we will practice with them. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. So tag questions or question tags, these are the questions which have got a short or small tag. For example, you study English, don't you? You aren't from the UK, are you? I'm a teacher, aren't I? So these are the question tags, and if we talk about them, we use them to check the information. Not to ask, but to check the information, to clarify. Let's have a look at the structure. So if we look at the sentence, you study English, don't you? You study, the main verb is positive, so your question tag should be negative, don't you? If you start with negative, so the main verb is in the negative form, negative sentence. For example, you don't study Spanish, so your question tag should be positive, do you? Let's have a look closer at the question tag. So for that, we need a proper auxiliary. If we talk about, for example, present simple, it should be do or does. Am is are if it is the verb to be. You study English, the auxiliary here is do, so you'll say don't you. If we talk about past simple, for example, you were at work yesterday, so the question tag will be won't you. Like you went to the seaside last summer, your question tag will be didn't you. Then we need to use nt if it is negative, a short form, always a short form, and the pronoun. For example, I ask, you study English, don't you? Because the pronoun here is you. You can say, Alona is a teacher, and the tag will be, isn't she? You don't use names here. Now, let's have a look at some interesting examples and exceptions. For example, you can, instead of saying, I'm late, am I, which is not quite comfortable, you will say, aren't I? If we have got imperative mode, for example, do it, you can say, will you or won't you? But if you have got the negative imperative, don't do it, your question tag will be will you. Why do we have here will or won't? Just because it's the future. Imperative is also always about the future. If you have got the suggestion starting with let's have a cup of coffee. So your question tag will be shall we? And let's continue with the phrase have got, or actually with the verb have got. She has got a bike, hasn't she? You have lunch at 3 o'clock, don't you? If you have the structure have got or has got, mostly the British variant, you should have has or have in your question tag. The meaning here will be possession. American variant will be she has a bike, so here it is alright to use doesn't she. You have lunch at 3 o'clock, it's another meaning, not possession, meaning eating here. There are other examples, have dinner, have breakfast, have a party, and so on. Here, you should use do or does in the question tag. If we have got the sentence with the is or the ra, you should have also the is or the ra in your tag. For instance, there is a book on the desk, isn't there? If you have a sentence starting with this or that, you should have it in your tag. This is Alona's channel, isn't it? If you have these or those, you should have they in your question tag. These aren't my keys, are they? Negative words. Sentences containing negative words like never, no, nobody, hardly, and little are followed by positive question tags. For instance, they never go on holiday, do they? There is a little we can do, is there? Peter hardly ate anything, did he? If we talk about indefinite pronouns, it is used in question tags to refer back to nothing, something, anything and everything. For instance, everything has already been said, hasn't it? We use they in question tags to refer to nobody, somebody, everybody, no one. For instance, nobody is here, aren't they? I know it may look strange, nobody usually in English like he, she, it, so nobody is here, but the tag should be are they. Now let's have a look at the intonation, how we pronounce this question tag. So if we're sure of the answer, your intonation should go down. For example, I'm a teacher, aren't I? Aren't I? Aren't I? If you're not sure of the answer, your intonation in the question tag should go up. For example,
these aren't real frogs, are they?
These aren't real frogs, are they?
These aren't real frogs, are they?
Now let's practice with question tags. Task number 1, fill in the gaps with the correct question tag. Task number 2, listen and check your answer. Task number 3, repeat after the speaker.
You don't work here, do you? You don't work here, do you? You don't work here, do you? I am loud, aren't I? I am loud, aren't I?
He is coming, isn't he? He is coming, isn't he?
Let's go, shall we? Let's go, shall we?
She won't suffer, will she? She won't suffer, will she?
But you haven't been drinking, have you? But you haven't been drinking, have you?
That is funny, isn't it? That is funny, isn't it?
There isn't one, is there? There isn't one, is there?
Half the Targaryens went mad, didn't they? Half the Targaryens went mad, didn't they?
He really does love this place, doesn't he? He really does love this place, doesn't he?
You have been busy, haven't you? You have been busy, haven't you?
Thanks a lot for watching. I hope the video was useful. See you next time in my next video.